What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about Norway's slow TV, slow television. It's a phenomenon that started in Norway of watching really slow, kind of satisfying, pleasant stuff on TV for a long period of time, and I've never heard of it until today, basically. So the Wikipedia says slow TV, or sakte-TV, is a term used for a genre of marathon television coverage of ordinary events. It is derived from long endurance of the broadcast, popularized in the 2000s by the Norwegian Broadcasting Corporation, just when I thought Norway couldn't come up with anything else so interesting. Slow TV comes along, beginning with a broadcast of a 7-hour train journey in 2009. Just showing a train for 7 hours. That's the show. I mean, I kind of get it. I get how it could be like very kind of calming, but I found this little video explaining slow TV and giving some examples. And apparently this all was a Norwegian idea. So I'm excited to learn about this.
It's television's version of taking a deep breath.
Ah,
A very long, very slow, deep breath.
You can watch people fishing.
It's called slow TV, and it's a surprising smash hit in Norway.
Sheer. It's a smash hit in Norway. Is this still popular in Norway? Is this popular in Norway? I could honestly see people in America liking this. Like, people like soothing, calming videos, like on the internet. This is like sheep shearing and spinning yarn and fishing, like anything kind of like that, huh? Like artisan sort of activities.
It began with this broadcast of a train journey from the coastal city of Bergen to the capital, Oslo.
Okay.
The formula was simple. Put a few cameras on a train and watch the scenery go by. For 7 hours.
7 hours.
Did you know where that journey would lead, how successful it would be?
No, not at all.
Rune Mukleboost and Thomas Hellum are the brains behind the whole thing.
They didn't even know how popular it would be. They just thought I bet they just thought oh, this is like an interesting idea. You know, people like sitting on the train or the bus and just watching the road or the landscape go by. It's just like very calming. So why not put it on television? It's funny that they let them try this.
We met at the Bergen train station.
It's normally one of those ideas you get late night after a couple of beers in the bar, and when you wake up the other day, it's not a good idea after all.
An idea you get drinking at the bar late at night. Just random. Just like, let's show a train for 7 hours on TV. And they're like, is that a good idea? We're a little drunk. And then, lo and behold, yeah, it's a good idea.
Helt vanlig togtur, men et helt uvanlig fjernsynsprogram.
But much to their surprise, there was a green light from their bosses at Norway's public broadcaster, NRK2.
Right, the boss, gave the okay.
Actually, we like it being a bit strange, a bit crazy, because then it's more fun.
And if the viewers laugh or think that, oh, wow, this is too crazy, that's basically the kind of reaction you really want from the viewers.
Right. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Because in America, there's a lot of hesitancy to try new stuff because, oh, what if it doesn't work? But this TV station in Norway is like, no, let's try some crazy stuff. That's the only way you'll find out something new. I actually really admire that.
About a quarter of all Norwegians tuned in to watch some part of that train trip.
What?
They ran historical clips when the train went through a tunnel, but other than some music, there was no narration, no plot, and thanks to public broadcasting, no commercials.
Wow. 1/4 of all Norwegians tuned in at some point. That is mind-boggling. That is incredibly popular. Did this become like viral? Did like word of mouth spread and everyone was like, they're showing a train on TV for 7 hours. You gotta check it out. And everyone's like, that's so weird. What, huh? And everyone like wanted to check it out. Was it that kind of thing? Kind of like a viral thing in the 2000s even. But I could see people just like having this on in the background while they do other stuff, just as like this really comforting, pleasing background noise, kind of.
Yes, of course it's boring.
You admit your own show is boring?
Yes, it's much of life itself. It's boring, but in between there are some excitement moments.
That's the point.
And you just have to wait for them.
Yeah.
Since the train in 2009, they've experimented with other slow ideas.
Oj, ja, det var lite tuffare.
Oh, that's very experimental. So, most of this stuff is very like calming, slow, pleasing, background noise. That is like I don't know about the noise.
Slow
here.
ideas.
Oj, ja, det var lite tuffare.
Okay.
And folks at all levels have taken notice.
I understand that in Norway, for example, one of the big hits on TV is National Firewood Night.
Even Obama.
This is true.
Even Obama noted slow TV in Norway.
Video of logs burning for hours.
Right. Well, I think like people look this stuff up on the internet. Like, so this is obviously a good idea. People really do like this stuff. Back when they came up with this in Norway, like they were absolutely spot on.
12 hours in all.
12 hours. I like the sheep
Then
cheering.
there was a national knitting night, which started, of course, with shearing the sheep. Knitting the sweater came much later in the 13-hour broadcast.
Wow. I think this stuff is very satisfying. And watching people who are good at their job or do something skillful is really satisfying, I think.
The shows get slower and slower.
It has to be unique, not a copy of the last one. So we have to push the boundaries for each show, I think.
Right. Went from a train to burning wood to knitting and fishing.
The show, titled Salmon Swimming Upstream, ran 18 hours.
Wow.
And afterward, the head of the station said it felt too short.
Wow.
Is there a recipe for the perfect slow TV?
It's important that it's an unbroken timeline, that you don't take away anything. That's everything. It's in there. It's all the boring stuff is in there. All the exciting things it's in there.
Oh my god, that you never hear that. It's important that all the boring stuff is there. That's important. This is very like convenient to produce because you just need a camera and the content. You don't need any narration or anything. It's a very good, repeatable system. It's honestly brilliant.
So you as a viewer has to find out what's boring and what's interesting.
It kind of requires you to precisely to slow down, to kind of twist your head in a little bit of a different direction.
Right. Well, I think at first people were like interested because this is so different. But after a while, it's like you tune in because it's really enjoyable, like very calming. Like you can just have it on at nighttime, maybe while you're doing something else.
Fan of slow TV?
I am.
Espen Ertribarig is a professor of media studies at the University of Oslo.
When you first heard about slow TV, did you think you'd like it?
No, I thought the whole notion was weird, to tell you the truth. But it turned out that at least some of it I found surprisingly appealing.
Yeah, like I don't expect anybody to sit down and watch like 8 continuous hours. Like you just kind of watch when you feel like it, and it's just kind of soothing.
Ertribarig likens slow TV to opening a sort of window, an escape valve from what he calls fast-paced eye candy TV.
Right.
When did we come to accept that television should be this accelerated, busy, intense, in-your-face thing. At some point,
Right.
that became the norm.
Yeah, it's nice that there's an alternative. Like, television can be this, like, super produced, fast-paced thing, and if you want that, great. But just having this as an option, as an alternative, is really great.
The producers say one scene sums up their approach.
Cows?
Once we passed a cow on one of our journeys, and we put a camera on it, and the camera just kept rolling, and we didn't cut away, and then you keep it, and then you keep
Yeah.
it, and then you keep it, and
Just a
then
cow.
suddenly a story evolves.
Oh, a story.
It's because what is the cow doing, and why is it walking there, and where is it heading, and why is the cow alone? So suddenly there comes a story out of it. You have to see
Wow.
what happens.
Wow, to some, this is actually very riveting. I just think most people enjoy this because it's very calming and relaxing. And you don't have to watch it forever, but 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever. Or maybe some people do watch it for 8 hours, I don't know. A boat.
There was plenty of time to follow that cow because they came across it while shooting an episode which followed a cruise along Norway's coast. That cruise, well, it was 5.5 days long. Slow TV broadcast all 134 hours of it live.
Wow, so is there a television station or broadcast called Slow TV that's just dedicated to this kind of thing? And now they're filming boats for like 5 days? And cows? Is this still going on?
At one point, almost half of Norway was watching.
What?
Norwegians lined the ship's route, often
What?
waving flags or welcoming it into port.
Oh, people like wanted to be part of the broadcast. You could like be part of the broadcast if you went out to where the ship's route was. Wow, I didn't even think about that part of it. It's like a whole social event.
There were unexpected cameos.
Oh!
A
Oh,
water skier in a mankini, for instance.
okay.
Even the Queen of Norway made a surprise appearance.
Oh.
And the trip revealed some unexpected talent.
That's cool.
You became something of a star.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. How they're just willing to go wherever the journey takes them. If people are singing or water skiing or waving with flags, they're willing to just show it and go wherever the journey takes them. That's like, this is almost like a social Norwegian, like cultural event at this point. There's even more to it than just showing a cow or a boat. Norwegians are like becoming actively a part of it.
Well,
Huh.
it wasn't meant like that.
Anna Bildstein Hogberg, the ship's purser, remembered how one night seemed a little quiet.
I just felt that we need to rock and roll a little bit.
So
for
you
me,
picked up the mic?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. That's actually awesome. I'm glad they actually featured this on the show.
V has been syndicated around the world, and since then, she gets recognized.
Wow.
People from Australia come and just, it's you!
What? She's actually recognized because of this now. Oh my gosh. They like to show animals.
Slow TV episodes are special events. They're not on all the time. The
Okay.
creators want them to stand apart from regular programming.
Okay.
All of this got us to thinking.
I wanted to show you something.
So this is not broadcasted all the time. Slow TV will put out these every so often. Now I get it. Okay, that actually makes sense. Because even though people love this, you'd think they would get tired of it after a while. It's nicer to just spread it out.
Get your thoughts on this. We have something on Sunday morning called The Moment of Nature. It's at the end of every broadcast, and I thought you guys might like to see it.
We leave you this Sunday morning among the bighorn sheep of Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
And how many seconds do you dare to keep it?
Watch.
Yes.
Definitely.
I get the feeling, yes.
Slow TV
Yeah.
in the making.
Compared to other things, yes.
So there's some American TV stations who are kind of starting to try this out or something? Okay. I didn't even know that.
It's definitely.
I actually think they're kind of testing it out by putting it at the back or the end of the show and having like a nature moment. That's a good start for Americans.
Definitely. And I guess you get a lot of good reactions on this one.
The audience loves
I guess
the
it's
moment
popular,
of nature.
yeah.
And they always want it to be longer.
Yeah.
Exactly. So make it longer.
Americans like it.
That means this piece has to be shorter, so watch it.
Stop this piece now.
It's kind of meta. Instead of the show we're watching right now, we could be watching slow TV. Wow. Okay, that's it. That is... Wow. Yeah, I'd never heard of this. This was intriguing. And by the way, this was by CBS Sunday Morning. An American television broadcast actually featured Norway and Norwegian slow TV. And I think they did a good job covering it, actually. I really enjoyed this. And I like that they showed all the examples of what slow TV has been like in Norway. And besides all the cool different things they've shown, it's honestly become kind of a cultural event in Norway. Like with people becoming involved and even someone becoming a celebrity because of the show. That's awesome. I love this. Like, I absolutely get why people are into this. It makes a lot of sense. And it's very Norwegian to come up with this, to take a breath, slow down, and enjoy a moment like that. That's a good idea. And I know Norway is focused on personal health and all that, and so this is right in line. So I like it. I dig it. I enjoyed it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway and Norwegian culture and stuff about Norway I have never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.